The Mindy Project is about a girl named Mindy who is a successful doctor who is single and hates that fact. I play a doctor, Dr. Mindy Lahiri, who is an OBGYN in Manhattan. Mindy's a really impatient, really fun-loving, kind of hot-headed doctor. My mother was an OBGYN, and she always had the funniest stories growing up, and I love spending time with my female friends. It's like my favorite thing, and most of them live far away from me, so I like a world where I get to interact with a lot of women. And because I'm Indian, I feel like it's not a far stretch to think that Mindy kind of, in another universe, she'd maybe be my favorite doctor or something. Anyway, I thought it seemed like a good world. Plus lots of dramatic thing happens when you're an OBGYN, and it seemed fun. It seemed fun to me that a single woman was constantly seeing families there and kind of getting tortured by that, but also having the camaraderie of other women. One of the greatest things about having your own show is you can have 6 handsome boyfriends in your show. In my pilot, Ed Helms, Bill Hader, Chris Messina, Ed Weeks, I mean, there's just a line of good-looking guys that I get to have interactions with. So that's probably the #1 perk. One of the challenges is that there's just too much kind of fun going on, and I can't split myself in half because there's the writer's room, which I run with all the other writers, but then there's also going to be set, and which is also incredibly fun with all the actors. And I think the biggest challenge is that I want to be in both places at the same time, and I can't. So, but that's a pretty good problem to have. The cast is pretty awesome, actually. It's a really good mix of people. You have Chris, who is, before this, I don't really know him from comedy. I know him as more an intense, handsome Italian guy who's in independent dramas. Anna, I saw on True Blood. So these are people, and yeah, Chris was getting tortured in Afghanistan on Damages. That's how I know him best. So it's using a lot of people in ways that people haven't seen them before. What I love about Chris's character, Danny, on the show is that his energy is completely different than mine, but our 2 characters have to work in the same office. I think my character's a little bit more unprofessional, a little bit more emotional, and his character is serious. But we're also both of us are very willful, but the characters are super willful, and we clash all the time, which is really fun. I think I just do great with Chris because I like tough guys. I feel like there's a lot of lacking in the world, tough guys just on TV and film, or they're Australian or something. So I really like being with Chris because he's kind of a scary man. He's not a hipster or a pretty boy or anything. And that's exciting to be around. What was really exciting is that Bill Hader and Ed Helms were in the pilot, and it was awesome to see Ed especially in that role, because I obviously know him from working with him on The Office, and both of us play kind of different characters. And so, yeah, both of them play my love interest, which is great, and they're really, really funny guys who can play giant weirdos, but they're very normal in this, but still super funny and appealing. And I think they liked it. So I put them in suits, and they cleaned up super good. They both are unexpectedly handsome in the pilot, and they both want to come back. So I would die to have them come back, and I think they're going to. I'm so psyched to be on Fox's Tuesday night lineup. It's great. The other shows are awesome. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of The New Girl and Friends with Zoe, so it feels really fun to be kind of adjacent to her and her show. I know about Ben and Kate. It seems adorable. Nat Faxon. I'm actually a fan of his writing. As a writer, he was a cool celebrity to meet in the Fox family. Yeah, it's just cool. All the shows seem really colorful and funny and fun. And I like that we come at the very end when it's a little bit later at night, so we can do sexy stuff. Lots of sexy stuff on the show.